There is no best boring business to buy. I'm going to repeat that because every YouTube video about this lies to you. There is no best one. There's only the one that fits your budget, your time, your personality, and what you're actually trying to do with your life. A laundromat is a phenomenal business for one person, and a slow-motion divorce for another. A pest control company will print money for someone and grind someone else into dust within 18 months. So today we're not doing a list. We're doing a filter. 4 questions. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which kind of boring business you should actually be looking at, and which ones to ignore, no matter how good the YouTube thumbnail is. Here's how most people pick a boring business. They watch a video. The thumbnail says somebody's making 40 grand a month from car washes. Then they watch another one. This guy did it with self-storage. Next one, porta potties. So now they want all of it. They've got 6 tabs open on BizBuySell. They're looking at a $1.4 million car wash in Texas, a $95,000 coin laundry in California, and a vending route in Ohio. None of these fit them. They have no idea which one to actually pursue, so they pursue none of them. And 6 months later, they're still watching videos. That's the failure mode. The other one is worse, picking based on what sounds cool. Funeral homes are having a moment on TikTok. Cool. Funeral homes are also a 24/7 on-call business where you're meeting grieving families at 3 a.m. and your inventory is dead bodies. If you're not built for that, you will hate every minute of owning one, and the business will reflect it. The point is, picking a business is a personal fit problem disguised as a financial problem. You don't need a better spreadsheet. You need a filter. Question 1. What is your budget? Really. Not what you wish it was. What you can actually put down, plus what a bank or a seller will let you finance on top of that. Most people don't buy boring businesses with 100% cash. An SBA 7A loan typically lets you put 10 to 15% down. Seller financing often covers another chunk on top of that. So your $50,000 in the bank might actually be a $300,000 business, if the deal supports it. Tier 1. Under 50K. This is vending routes, ATM routes, small pool cleaning routes, owner-operator service businesses you build yourself. A new snack vending machine runs $3,000 to $5,000. Industry data puts a decently located machine at $200 to $500 a month in net profit. Do the math? You need a fleet, not a machine. Tier 1 is not buy one thing and retire. It's buy your way into a route and grow it. Tier 2, 50 to 200K. Now we're in real small business territory. Smaller laundromats, pest control routes, junk removal, pool service businesses with existing accounts. There's a 35-year-old laundromat in Brooklyn currently listed at $285,000, doing $6,000 a month in net profit. There's also a $95,000 unattended coin laundry on BizBuySell right now. Cash buyers only, no SBA. Both real listings, wildly different deals. Tier 3, 200 to 500K, established service businesses, mid-size car washes, smaller HVAC operations. The median asking price for an established HVAC business nationally sits around $725,000. But in Texas, it's $495,000, and you can find solid ones under $400K if you're patient. Median laundromat asking price nationally is $550,000, with median owner earnings of about $102,000 a year. That's a real salary, attached to a real business. Tier 4, 500K and up. Now you're playing a different game. Multi-unit operators, mobile home parks, self-storage facilities. The average one sells for around $40 per square foot. So a 40,000 square foot facility runs you well over $1 million. Parking lots. Larger HVAC companies doing $1 million plus in revenue. At this tier, you're not buying a job. You're buying an asset with employees. Be honest about which tier you're in. It is much better to be the best deal in Tier 2 than the worst deal in Tier 4. Question 2. How much time do you have for this? And I want to be very clear before we go further. Passive income is mostly a myth. Some businesses are just less active than others. A passive laundromat still has machines that break at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. A passive vending route still has you driving in your car restocking machines every week. Less active is not the same as no work. 3 buckets. Full-time operator, you're showing up every day. This is HVAC, pest control, junk removal, full-service car washes, anything where the business reflects you being there. Your daily presence is what makes the numbers work. The upside, these businesses tend to throw off real cash flow. The downside, you bought yourself a job, and on bad days, it owns you instead of the other way around. Part-time, 10 to 15 hours a week. This is the sweet spot for a lot of people. Vending routes you service on weekends, self-storage with a part-time attendant, or fully automated kiosks. Laundromats that run semi-absentee. There's a Brooklyn one for sale right now, described as running with 2 part-time employees. Owner present a few hours a week. ATM routes. Pool cleaning routes if you've hired a tech. You're managing more than working. Fully passive. Let's call it 5 hours a week or less. This basically requires existing professional management. Larger self-storage with on-site managers. Mobile home parks where you've got a property manager and a rent roll. Bigger laundromat operations with a manager on payroll. You will pay for that passivity in lower returns. A laundromat you run yourself. Nets the owner around $100K a year nationally. A laundromat with a paid manager nets you the difference, which might be $40,000 to $60,000, depending. Pick the time bucket that matches your real life. Not the one that matches the life you wish you had at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. Question 3. And this is the one most people skip, and then quit their business 18 months in because of it. Are you a people person or a systems person? People businesses. HVAC pest control. Funeral homes, plumbing, trash hauling. You are managing technicians who don't show up to work. You are dealing with customers who think you overcharge them. You are resolving disputes between your dispatcher and your senior tech. The business is built on humans, and humans are messy. If you hate managing employees, do not buy a 12-person HVAC company. I don't care how good the cash flow is. You will be miserable, and your employees will quit. Systems businesses, laundromats, vending, car washes, self-storage, a TM's parking lots. The business is mostly machines and locations and processes. Your job is to optimize the machines, watch the data, and make sure the systems run. There are still people involved, a part-time attendant, a route driver, a contractor who fixes a broken washer. But the business doesn't live and die on managing humans. Both can make great money. The HVAC company that just sold for $1.5 million in Texas and the unattended laundromat netting $100K a year, different paths to similar destinations. The question is, which path you can actually walk for 10 years without losing your mind? If the idea of giving someone a write-up makes your stomach turn, go systems. If the idea of staring at a quarterly margin spreadsheet for a vending route puts you to sleep, go people. Honesty here saves you years. Last question, and it might be the most important one. What are you actually trying to do here? Goal 1, replace your salary. You want $8,000 to $15,000 a month in cash flow, ideally within 90 days of closing. For that, you're looking at established service businesses or laundromats in the $300,000 to $700K range with documented sellers' discretionary earnings of $100,000 to $200,000 a year. That's a Tier 3H VAC company in Texas, a solid laundromat with real numbers, an established pest control route. You want existing cash flow, not potential. Goal 2, long-term wealth. You don't need the cash today. You want an appreciating asset. This is the real estate attached play. Car washes where the land is included. Self-storage facilities. The industry pulled in $1.6 billion in transaction volume in Q3 of 2025 alone, mostly real estate heavy deals. Mobile home parks. The business cash flows, sure, but the real win is the land underneath it appreciating for 10 or 20 years. Goal 3, side income. You like your job. You don't want to quit. You want an extra $2,000 to $5,000 a month with minimal headache. Vending routes, a TM routes, a small pool cleaning route, a tiny unattended laundromat if you've got the cash. You will not get rich. You'll get additional, which, frankly, is what most people actually need. Goal 4, build something. You want to scale. Acquire one, then another, then another. This is pest control, junk removal, HVAC roll-ups, anything with replicable systems and recurring revenue. The HVAC space alone has seen median sale prices grow 65% in 5 years, partly because private equity is rolling these up. And if your goal is build an empire, buy something that has a model you can copy in the next town over. Match the goal to the business. Don't buy a vending route if you want to replace a 6-figure salary. Don't buy a 12-tech HVAC company if you want a side hustle. The wrong vehicle for the right destination is still the wrong vehicle. So, now you know which kind of boring business actually fits you. That's step 1. Step 2 is harder. Finding a real deal. Reading the seller's books and figuring out which numbers are real and which are creative. Understanding which broker is being straight with you and which one is just trying to close. Doing actual due diligence so you don't buy somebody else's dying business at full price. That's what this channel is. Every week I break down a real listing. Real numbers, real margins, what's hidden in the financials, what I'd actually pay versus what they're asking. No hype. No, you can make $40K a month. Just the math and the trade-offs. If that's useful to you, subscribe. The first deal breakdown drops soon, and now that you know your filter, you'll be able to tell whether it's for you in about 30 seconds. See you in the next one.